All right, little bro, there's a lot of confusion about no contact and silence and when to do it and all this other stuff. But here's the thing, people don't seem to understand the power of silence whenever you go no contact. And by silence, I really mean silence. I mean, there is no reason whatsoever for you to call this woman, for you to text this woman, for you to like any of her posts, for you to see her story, for you to do anything at all. This woman did not want a world with you in it, so you need to give her that. Why is silence your ultimate weapon when it comes to getting your ex back, or when it comes to simply moving on? So why is silence your ultimate power to getting your ex back? I'm gonna go through these kind of quick, so listen up, and I promise I can help you. When that relationship ends, and there's all that negative emotion, all that negative energy, you're gonna wonder and you're gonna want to make sure that that energy goes down, and you think that you have to do something to dissipate all of that negative emotion, right? That's you being super sweet to her. That's you showing that you really care about her, texting her, telling her, you know, everything that's on your heart, everything that's on your mind. And you think logically that that would work. And maybe it would logically, but we're not dealing with logic. We're dealing with emotion, okay? That's why it won't work. That's why you shouldn't do that. What you've got to understand is that the only way, the only reason that negative energy will come down, will dissipate, will disappear between you two is silence and time. That's it. That's why going no contact is so important right now, because you're allowing her space, you're allowing her time without you, and what's going to happen is that negative energy, that negative emotion is going to slowly come down from your situation, from your relationship, and she's eventually going to be able to look back at you and say, okay, I can stand being in the same room as him, okay? Because at first, when you guys break up, she's not gonna go anywhere that she knows you're gonna be. So if you work at Walmart, she's not gonna go to Walmart, okay? If she knows that you're a server at Applebee's, she's not gonna go to Applebee's. If there's any chance of her seeing you someplace, she's not gonna go there. She does not want to be seen by you, except if she's with her new man and wants to show him off just to get back at you, okay? And you don't want that either. So what you really need to do is, again, just back off, let silence work. And it's so difficult because it's the hardest thing to do, is to honestly sit there and say, this is it. This is all I have to do. Yep, this is what makes her miss you. This is what makes her look back at you and say, I guess he wasn't as bad as I thought I was. Now look, to fill the time, yes, you should be going to the gym. You should be working on yourself. You should be working on your emotional intelligence. And your emotional intelligence is so key because so many guys just go to the gym for a month and they lose 2 pounds, and then they'll post some stupid crap on Instagram about leveling up in life. And it's like, okay, you're on the right path, but we can all tell why you're actually doing this, and it's a bit pathetic, okay? So you need to level up in silence. I would even suggest not posting anything about going to the gym unless you're already jacked, okay? If you're already good looking and jacked, then sure. If not, dude, don't post anything about the gym when you break up. It's so obvious, it's so clearly seen through, and honestly, you're only posting that stuff for her to get her to reach out, to get her reaction, and that looks really weak, man. And I promise you, she knows it, and your friends probably know it, and her friends, while they're making fun of you, they definitely know it, okay? So don't do that shit. So number one, it gives her space to miss you. Number two, it lets old feelings resurface, okay? So all that negative emotion has gone down, and instead of looking at, say, Applebee's where you're a server, and she doesn't want to go there for any reason, now she's gonna start thinking, that is where he works. I wonder what time he works. He usually gets off about now. He used to text me on his breaks. I wonder who he's texting now. All those thoughts are gonna start creeping into her head. And all of a sudden, you don't look so bad anymore. All of a sudden, she kinda has a taste for what she used to have. And here's the thing, that's just starting to work in your favor, and now is when most guys will reach out and they run it. Guys, if you haven't heard from her in a few days, a few weeks, even a few months, my guy, my bro, my buddy, my friend, you've got to let it just go. Let her go. It's fine. If she comes back, that's great. And I know that if you're honest with yourself, that is what you want, and that's okay. all right? That is absolutely fine. But you've got to let time have her perfect will and way. Just sit back, let time and silence work for you. Work on yourself because it will work for you. It will make her miss you. It will make her think about you. And those things that she used to hate about you are now all of a sudden looking endearing. Those qualities that she couldn't stand, well, now she kind of misses. So number one, I said it gives her space to miss you. And then number two, it lets old feelings resurface. Now here's number three, and here's what I think most people ignore or they don't really think about. Number three, it flips the power dynamic in the relationship. And here's what I mean. When you get broken up with, she has all the power. She could hit you up and say, hey, let's get back together. And you probably would. She could hit you up and say, hey, bye, just to mess with you. And you'd probably answer. Here's my point, is that she has all of the power. She's the one that broke up with you, okay? She's the one who said, we're done, it's over, and there is nothing that you can do. Nothing. And I know that sucks. And it's like, wait. It's like, yep, no control whatsoever. I'm leaving, and there's nothing you can do about it. So let her go. Let her go her own way. Let her go and see if the grass is really greener on the other side. I'm not saying you have to take her back, okay? But I am saying that she wants to test this. She wants a world without you in it, so give her that. But here's the deal. That works both ways. It's a two-edged sword that she doesn't really realize yet. If you're not in her world, she's not in yours. But she still thinks, honestly and truthfully, especially during the first couple of months, that she could get back into your world anytime she wants. And if you give her enough time and enough space, that thought becomes, I could get into his world anytime I want. And then it comes to, okay, well, maybe he'd be a little upset at me, but I could still get back in. Then it becomes, okay, well, maybe, but why would I? And then it becomes, I may not be able to, even if I wanted to. And then it becomes, hey, just thinking about you, whatever. She sends that text. But back to my point, it flips the power dynamic in your favor. Now you're the one that gets to control whether she is able to come back or not. And here's the thing, man. I'm not going to put a number on it, but I'm going to say the vast majority of the time, every ex wants to come back. They want what they used to have because they figured out, surprise, surprise, the grass is not indeed greener on the other side. And what's the saying? The devil you know is better than the devil you don't. So now you're the one with the power. She has to come to you to get into your world. Now you don't have to allow her back in, of course, but you should at least be calm enough to be able to make a sound decision. And yeah, maybe it is based on emotion. I'm not one to say that every decision needs to be made on logic, because logically, we should be with the people whom maybe we don't find the most attractive or have the most fun with. Maybe we should all just be with the people who have the most money. Maybe that's the truth. I don't know. But I'm telling you, in relationships, these things are about emotion. And she wants you back based on emotion. She wanted to leave based on emotion. You guys got together because of emotion. So look, don't punish her if she decides to reach out, and she probably will. Don't lash out at her. Be calm. Be grounded. Let her feel your energy. Let her feel your masculine core when she reaches out to you and realizes, even though I did this guy wrong, he's not going to attack me. He may not allow me back into his world, but he's not going to lash out at me. Well, let me put it this way. There's a reason you don't see bulls charging at flies. At most, they swat them with their ears, okay? That's a weird analogy. When the power dynamic flips, and the odds are back in your favor, you then have control to do whatever you want. And that is totally different from when she broke up with you and she had all the power. So going silent is your ultimate weapon to getting your ex back, because ultimately what it does is day by day, week by week, maybe month by month, it gives all the power back to you. If you want that relationship back, if you want her back. And a lot of guys find that, you know what? During the last couple months, I moved on. And I'm sorry, I did feel like that at one time, and I would have taken you back, but they waited too long. Now you've got somebody new. And that's okay. That's the consequences of women running around like that. So silence really is your ultimate weapon. And that's all I got for you in this one, little bro. I know you can do it. I know it's tough, but I'm here for you, and I'll see you in the next one.